Hey guys, alright, welcome back. This episode we're going to install the 3000 watt inverter from Kings, the 300 amp hour battery from Kings also. I have a battery isolator, a 250 watt resettable breaker and the shunt as well. I have two fans in here. I've got one pulling in air, cool air that is, and which is filtered, and then I have one blowing out all the air that's hot air inside this box. First things first, I'm going to neaten all this up and I'll show you how I carpeted just to make it look all nice and tidy, and then we can get on to installing all the rest of the items in here. Right, so I've got all the pieces cut and now I'm going to stick them on. So I'm just going to use a contact adhesive, spray both surfaces and then stick them on. So I'll get all this sprayed in one hit and then I'll spray the back of the fabrics and then I'll just stick them in one by one. Alright, the carpet's all on and now we're going to put the inverter to the back of the cabinet. Alright, that's all bolted on. That was a little bit tricky on my own. It needs to be through bolted to the back side of that panel, so just trying to get the nuts on and hold it was a little bit tricky, but we managed. It's on, and now I can start trying to fit the two mounts for the batteries to strap that down. I've got the fans to put in, and then I can start wiring it up with the isolator and the breaker and stuff. So, and I've got a shunt to put in. So, oh, let's do it. I've got my shunt, so I'm going to get all the negatives on that now and mount that up the top, and then they're all out of the way. Then I've just got to do the power wire. Alright, so we're going to put the battery isolator and the resettable fuse in. So I'm going to mount that probably about here for the isolator, and then I'll put the resettable fuse above it and then connect the power into it. Right, next up, got this resettable fuse. Now I've got a battery side and a load side, so just make sure you get that around the right way. Actually redo that clamp, I don't like it. It's a little bit, this is what they supply you with, and it's just a little bit too big. It's not ideal, and I want a good connection on there. So I've got a smaller one, so I'll just change this, cut this off. I'll be able to shorten this wire as well, which will be better, being the wire, you know, a lot shorter. So, all right, give me 2 secs and I'll do that. I'll scrap that idea. And I've gone up to 70mm square, which is a lot beefier. Seeing how I'm running it on every other wire, I'm going to continue running that, just so I know it's going to be consistent. Alright, it's all plugged in. It's time to make the first coffee. There we have it. So it's pulling up to anywhere between 50 to 85 amps. But I mean, I've only lost 2% of the power of the battery, so pretty happy with that. Cheers.